Hey friends, welcome to Yoga Fit with Lindsay. Welcome to day 6 of our challenge. I'm excited you're here. We're gonna have a lot of fun today. So clear some space, as always, no equipment needed, just your beautiful self. Come on down and come into child's pose. And before we get started, I know I say this like every day, but make sure you're actually signed up for the challenge so that we can connect. I have the link below included to my website where you can sign up, give me my email so we can actually connect. All right, so start in a child's pose. Let your hips sink towards your heels, your torso just kind of like melt in between your thighs. Take a couple deep breaths. All right, now press your hands into the ground and come up to all fours. And then from here, reach your right arm forward and then stretch your left leg back behind you. So get super strong and tight through your belly. You can feel a little bit wobbly at first, and that's okay. That'll kind of subside. Take a couple breaths. Everything stretches long, and then we're gonna crunch and curl your elbow to your knee. So they're actually tapping underneath my body. Inhale and expand. Exhale and tap. Inhale, reach. Exhale, tap. So we're starting to ignite the abdominal muscles here. Actually feels kind of just like a crunch, I think, in my belly. And we're starting to connect your breathing to the way that you're moving, which is super important for yoga. It's all about that breath to body, body to mind connection. All right, next time you reach out, pause, and then go ahead and put your hand and your knee back down. Paddle out the weight between your hands a little bit, and then reach your left arm forward and right leg back. Okay, take a couple breaths to just find your balance. Stretch everything super long, and then crunch everything together. Inhale, reach. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, reach. Exhale, squeeze. So you're moving at the speed of your own breath. You don't have to be moving at exactly the same speed as me. And kind of like dance to the beat of your own drum a little bit. Crunch and curl one more time. Belly button in and up. And put it down. Now reach your right arm out to the right. So it's extending straight from your shoulder. And then with the left leg bent, reach it up to the side. So it's not the most like attractive metaphor, but as if you were a dog at a fire hydrant. You're lifting up, put the leg down, arm stays reaching out a couple times. So we're just starting to ignite the glutes, gluteus minimus in particular, that little muscle that runs outside, down around the edge of the glute, around the hip. Okay, couple more, and release. Paddle out the weight between your hands. Now left arm reaches and right leg lifts. Pause, pause, pause. Squeeze it up, and put it down. Lift it up, put it down, lift it up. So even though it's my leg that's moving, and I'm definitely feeling this in my glutes, I'm also feeling this in my core. It's just keeping everything in balance. Couple more, and put it down. All right, now plant your hands and press back to downward facing dog. Pedal out the legs, bend the knees, press the heels down. All right, now as you inhale, look forward, and as you exhale, step to the top. Inhale, lengthen out, and exhale, fold in. Relax for a couple deep breaths. Let go of any tension in your shoulders, in your neck. And we'll reset with another halfway lift. Forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up, reach up for mountain pose. And with an exhale, we're gonna float right into a side bend. So reach up and over to the right. Right hand can drop for a little bit of support down the side of your leg. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, bend the other direction. Take a breath to stretch the right side of your body. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen. Put your hands down, step back for a high plank. Now today, just walk it down to your forearms. We're just gonna hold here. Breathe deeply, tighten up the belly. Planks are, as I always say, like one of my very, very favorite exercises for abs, for core. Everything's nice and long and lean and pulled in. So you're almost creating a feeling of those muscles kind of corseting around your core. Everything's being pulled in tight. They take a lot of effort. I'm starting to shake a little bit. So if you start to feel your lower back sagging, you can always put your knees down and you're still gonna get a lot of the same work. You're still gonna feel it a whole lot in your belly, but if you can, keep them up. We're only gonna be here 3 more deep breaths. They're nice and slow. And the last one, walk it up to your hands, press back to dog, and give those shoulders a deep breath. As you breathe in, look forward, and as you breathe out, step forward. Inhale and lengthen out. Exhale, snuggle into your legs. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, take a side bend. Inhale, reach and stretch. Exhale, bend the other way. Inhale, reach, and fold. Breathe in, lengthen. Put your hands down, step back for a high plank. Again, we're gonna come down to your forearms. But this time, we're gonna roll over and lift your right hand up. So we're coming to a side plank on your forearm, and your feet can be staggered like this, or they can come to stacked. Either one, it's really about the lift from the bottom of your hips. To make it even more challenging, you could look up at the top hand. It will really cause you to work those stabilizing muscles that I'm always talking about. And come back to the forearms, walk up to the palms, and press back to that upside down V shape. All right, inhale, look forward. Exhale, top of your mat. Inhale, long. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach up. Take a side bend. Inhale brings you up. And exhale to bend. Inhale up. Exhale down. Halfway lift, hands down, step for a high plank, walk down to the forearms. All right, so elbow right underneath your shoulder, we're rolling onto the right forearm and left arm reaches up. So as you can see, my shoulders are stacked one on top of the other one, my hips are stacked one on top of the other one. I'm lifting from the bottom of my hips. Feeling those obliques, those long muscles on the side of the belly turn on. Maybe looking up. And come back to the forearms. Walk up to the hands. And press back. All right. Now inhale, look forward. Exhale, step your feet forward. Come through and go ahead and have a seat. All right, so now we're gonna roll onto your side. So why don't you plant your right elbow right underneath your right shoulder. Now you're gonna bend your bottom leg and your top leg's gonna stay straight. So from here, this top hand can just kind of find your hip. And we're gonna press your shin down to lift your hips and your top leg up, and then both those things are gonna come down. So everything comes up, everything comes down. Press down through the outside of the bottom leg to lift the hips, and don't forget about that top leg. All right, so just like in those little fire hydrant exercises, they're so attractively called, we're kind of firing off again the gluteus minimus and gluteus medius. So the smaller of the glute muscles that are on the outside of your booty. They give it that nice, like, filled out shape. All right, hopefully you're feeling these right now. I'm feeling these. Let's go 3 more, and 2, and 1. Now we'll come back to the side, but we're gonna give it a little break. So come on up, shake it out a little bit, swing your legs over to the other side. Now it's your left elbow underneath your left shoulder. Bend the bottom leg, extend the top leg. Let's get it going. Lift it up and down and up and down. Squeeze, squeeze. So it's a quick concentric, a quick contraction, a quick lift, but then we kind of control the descent. Super tight at the top. How about we do 4 more? Here's 3 and 2 and 1. Now sit up, give this shoulder a break, so we'll come over to the other side again. Same kind of position where you plant the elbow underneath the shoulder. This time both your legs are straight, hand to the hip. Let's lift your hips up. So we've been here before. This is our side plank. This time though, we're gonna lift and lower the top leg. Lift and lower the top leg. Just a couple, but you'll notice it's kind of that same sensation of the work of the outside of the glute. Lifting up from the bottom side of your body. Here's 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. It's another one of those exercises that just makes you want to like punch your booty. All right, other side, plant the elbow, hand to the hip, lift them up, lift and lower the top leg. Squeeze. I can super duper feel it on this leg because we've already worked this muscle a whole lot and now we're using it to lift and lower. How about we go 4 more and 3 and 2 and 1. There it is. All right, so come on up and stand up. Now find the middle of your mat. Let's just stretch it out a little bit. Take your feet nice and wide. Reach your arms up. Breathe in and drop down into the hips. Inhale, reach. Exhale, squat down. Yeah. So we're starting to open up some mobility in our hips. I can really feel the outside of my glutes. When I come up, they're all like squeezing towards the midline. All right. Okay, now step to the middle of your mat and you're gonna take your feet pretty narrow. So they don't actually have to be touching, but like right under your hips, which are probably a little bit narrower than you think they are. So not too far apart. So let's start with hands here. We're gonna squat down in kind of a narrow version of a squat, but it's still a down and back. We're gonna come up and step wide. Come back to the center, that narrow squat, and then step wide the other way. Good, you got it. So it's a narrow squat to a wide squat, a narrow squat to a wide squat. So start to, oops, I missed that narrow squat. Start to take bigger steps. So you're making your way all the way to the edge of the mat and back through the center. And all the way over and back through the center. Okay. Couple more. Feel that booty squeeze at the top. And last one. All right, now come on up, take your feet nice and wide. Another type of squat, we're just gonna go kind of wide, bring it down, come up, and then down for a curtsy squat. So we're kind of like crossing, come up, bring it down, up, curtsy, and up. Down, up, curtsy, and up. So we're starting to fire off the inner thighs. Big bend in your knees, big bend in both knees. On those curtsies, let's try and get your knee close to your mat. Oh, my legs are burning already, I love it. And let's go one more each side. Nice and low. Finish strong. And there it is. All right, so shake out your legs, dance it out a little bit. And then right toe points towards the right side of your mat. Extend your arms. So we're gonna keep your right leg straight. Hinge forward. Take what's called triangle pose. Take your arms to 6 and 12. Hand doesn't have to come all the way down to the ground. In fact, probably shouldn't. We want to stay in the strength of the belly. So from here, little tiny pulse. Just a little nothing of a movement. Kind of feeling out the strength of the core here. Just up an inch, down an inch, up an inch, down an inch. All right, here for 3, and 2, and 1. Reach your top arm over. Lengthen out the top side of your body. Let's add your bottom arm into the party. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And come all the way up. Shake it out. So legs can stay wide for this next one. Toes point out, heels point in. Squat down to a nice wide squat. Sumo squat or horse pose or goddess pose. Let's take it wide and take it low. All right, let's start with a little pulse. Just up an inch, down an inch. Sliding up and down straight through your spine. Nice, tall, and proud through your chest. All right, take it lower. Here for 4, and 3, and 2. Now pause, find the bottom of that range of motion. You were a little bit lower than that. Take it down another half an inch. That's where you are. All right, extend your arms out. Now lift your right heel up and take it down a little bit lower and set it down. Lift your left heel up, set your tailbone a little bit lower, and then put it down. Right heel and left heel. We're just switching. So I want you to start to feel your calf muscles squeeze to lift and lower, right? And it's like you have on really tall high heels. Guys, you know exactly what I'm talking about. All right, take it lower, take it lower. Here's 4, 4, 3, 3, 2. Is your tailbone still low? Get it down there. Okay, now listen, stay where you are just for a second, lift both your heels. All right, he's gonna shake a little bit. Again, so stabilizing muscles, working their magic, making you strong from the inside out. Lift the heels a little bit higher, tailbone a little bit lower, and release it, shake it off, shake it loose. All right, left toes point to the left side of the mat, tee out the arms, reach forward, triangle pose. Take a couple breaths, just kind of feel it out, get into it. Broaden your chest. From the get-go, start to engage your belly. Let's go in those little pulses. Okay. So just an inch, but reach a little bit lower with the bottom hand. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reach the top arm over. Reach the bottom arm over. Flat toes pause. Let it shake, let it shake, let it shake. And bring it up, shake it out. And let's make your way all the way down to your mat. Yes, please. That sounds good right about now, doesn't it? All right, come on down. Bend your knees. Okay, so we're gonna start with some good old-fashioned crunches. Elbows are nice and wide, hands behind your head. Crunch up and down, crunch up and down. So I really like to work the core in every direction. So we hit it in all those planks that we did. We did our side planks. We worked our leg lifts, so we've worked the sides of the abs. Now we're just working into some forward flexion. Real simple. So you can concentrate on that idea of pulling your belly button down as you come up. Pull it down,